Hello, everybody. I'm the Catholic convert, and I just started podcasting and doing YouTube videos for a while now. I like to read, and sometimes I share my thoughts, and sometimes I'll just read. And most of the time, if it's on YouTube or Facebook, wherever, I want you to, kind of comment below your thoughts on what I'm reading, or if you've read something that will benefit the discussion of what I've read, then that's what I want you to do. I want you to add to it with whatever doubt, whatever material you have. So let's get on it. And then this one is about Pliny the Younger and Trajan, Emperor Trajan, on what to do with Christians. And now, you just think about, wow, was there really a time, there was a time that somebody was persecuted, like the Jews with the Nazis, and you had the Christians here in Rome, I reckon. Let's get on with it and start reading. A little background here. Pliny the Younger and Trajan on the Christians says, Pliny the Younger was governor of Pontus and Bithynia. I'm bad at pronouncing stuff, so please just keep your comments nice. From 111 to 113. We have a whole set of exchanges of his letters with the Emperor Trajan on a variety of administrative political matters. These two letters are the most famous, in which Pliny the Younger encounters Christianity for the first time. Okay. Pliny the Younger. What do you think about that, Gavin? You want to say hi to everybody?
No.
You want to say hi? Sure. Okay. Pliny the Younger letters. Pliny the Younger to Emperor Trajan. It is my practice, my lord, to refer to you in all matters, concerning which I am in doubt. For who can better give guidance to my hesitation or inform my ignorance? I have never participated in trials of Christians. Wow, to go to court to see if you're in trouble for being a Christian. That just seems unreal. Yes, son. What's your name?
Bye, I'm gonna leave now.
Okay. Bye, buddy. Okay, trials of Christians. I therefore do not know what offenses it is the practice to punish or investigate, and to what extent. To punish or investigate. This is unreal. But I've read this before. And I have been not a little hesitant as to whether there should be any distinction on account of age, or no difference between the very young and more mature, whether pardon is to be granted for repentance. Right there, yeah. That's even I'm a Catholic, of course, and in the Catholic Church in the Middle Ages. Forget what was in the Crusades days. That just made me think about it when he said for repentance. Were to be pardoned for repentance of being a Christian and turn your ways. Well, this emperor, I don't know who it was, but that was I think 150 Muslims, and he told them, he said, either be baptized and convert or die. And that day, they said it's one of the darkest days in the Catholic Church history because they slaughtered 150 Muslims for not being baptized. We may not agree with them. We may think, we may not agree with them and their practices, whatever, but you can't force your religion upon people. Even in the Bible, Jesus, the rich young ruler said, what must I do to gain, what's heaven? Jesus told him, give up everything. What did he do? He walked away, and the Bible never said, Jesus ran after him and said, hey, come on, you gotta repent, come on, you gotta be baptized, come on. No, he didn't walk away. You kind of gotta let people be who people are. It ain't nothing wrong with talking to them, but it's forcing it on there. That's something else. That's not our job. It's God's job to change people's hearts. So let's go. Or if a man has once been a Christian, it does him no good to have ceased to be one, whether the name itself, even without offenses, or only the offenses associated with the name, are to be punished. Meanwhile, in the case of those who were denounced to me as Christians, I have observed the following procedure. I interrogated these as to whether they were Christians. Those who confessed I interrogated a second time and a third time, threatened them with punishment. Those who persisted I ordered executed. He ordered them executed for saying they was Christians. For I have no doubt that whatever the nature of their creed, stubbornness and inflexibility surely deserved to be punished. There were others possessed of the same folly, but because they were Roman citizens, I signed an order for them to be transferred to Rome. Soon accusations spread, as usual happens, because of the proceedings going on, and several incidents occurred. An anonymous document was published containing the names of many persons. Those who denied that they were or had been Christians, when they invoked the gods in words dictated to me, offered prayer with incense and wine to your image, which I had ordered to be brought for this purpose together with statues of the gods, and moreover cursed Christ, none of which those were already Christians, it is said, can be forced to do. So pretty much right there, I like that part. He said he even recognized it, but then denied it, asserting that they had been Christians. He says, none of which who are really Christians, he just said, can be done. You know, the statues of God, worshiping the gods, the images, that stuff. Even he recognized a real true Christian would not do that. I could be wrong with that saying. That's what it's saying to me. Okay, let's move on. I just love that. I just want to that. He recognized real Christians. Okay, he has said, can be forced to do these things. I thought should be discharged. Other named by the informer declared that they were Christians, but then denied it, asserting that they had been, but had ceased to be. Some 3 years before, others many years, some as many as 25 years. They all worshipped your image and statues of gods and cursed Christ. See, these were not the true Christians like he was talking about. These were just, when the Bible talks about different ones, I can't remember right now, but, like falling away, and some goes in and comes out, but it's just, a true Christian when you see a true Christian. And some, they'll be there for a while and they'll leave. But let's move on. They asserted, however, that the sum and substance of their fault of error had been that they were accustomed to meet on a fixed day before dawn and sing responsibly a hymn to Christ as to a God, and to bind themselves by oath not to some crime, but not to commit fraud, theft, or adultery, not falsely their trust, nor to refuse to return a trust when called upon to do so. When this was over, it was their custom to depart and to assemble again to partake of food, but ordinary and innocent food. Even this they affirmed that they had ceased to do after my edict, by which, in accordance with your instructions, I had forbidden political associations. Accordingly, I judged it all the more necessary to find out what the truth was by torturing 2 female slaves who were called deaconesses. But I discovered nothing else but depraved excessive superstition. Find out truth by torturing 2 female slaves. Wow. I couldn't imagine torturing somebody for their religion or being who they are for anything. I didn't agree with it. I therefore postponed the investigation, hastened to consult you, for the matter seemed to me to warrant consulting you, especially because of the number involved, for many persons of every age, of every rank, and also of both sexes, are and will be endangered. For the contagion of this superstition has spread not only to the cities, but also to the villages and farms. But it seems possible to check and cure it. It is certainly quite clear that the temples, which had been almost deserted, had begun to be frequented, that the established religious sites, long neglected, are being resumed, and that from every sacrificial animals are coming, from which until now very few purchases could be found. Hence, it is very easy to imagine what a multitude of people can be reformed if an opportunity for repentance is offered. And here's Emperor Trajan to Pliny the Younger. It's almost over, and this is very short. Just amazing me about torturing people and for their belief. You observed proper procedure, my dear Pliny, in shifting the cases of those who had been denounced to you as Christians, for it is not possible to lay down any general rule to serve as a kind of fixed standard. They are not to be sought out. If they are denounced and proved guilty, they are to be punished. So in other words, see, he said, if they was found guilty, if they came before him and they was found guilty, they was to be punished. But he told them not to go looking for them. In other words, don't go on a witch hunt and find them, which still is bad, but still. And let's move on. With the reservation, and whoever denies that he is a Christian and really proves it, that is by worshiping my gods, even though he was under suspicion in the past, shall obtain pardon through repentance. But anonymously posted accusations ought to have no place in any prosecution. For this is both a dangerous kind of proceeding and out of keeping with the spirit of our age. Yeah, go ahead and comment below with wherever you see this at. Just comment below and let's get some dialogue going on. What do you got anything to add to it? Any thoughts on it? Or always be nice. And yes, I can't pronounce words very good. I just cannot. And so let's all be nice and to stick to about persecution of Christians and just the persecution of religious and this everything going on, and let's go from there. And God bless you. Have a good day.